arranged out to the breakdown. We're going to continue on by putting in a sort of trancey synth into this main breakdown. Start it off with like a low filter cut and then open it up as the breakdown progresses. And the breakdown goes right the way out to this drop section here, and then we start to build the tune up from this point. I'm just going to move the drums out of the way for now. So this synth that we're going to put in is going to play its chord, its main riff, right up to this drop section, and then it's going to repeat from there to the main part of the track. So if we just scroll down to the bottom, I'm just going to minimize everything that we don't need. And then if I just add in a new MIDI track, and I'm just going to rename it. It's called Soft Synth. And we're going to use the Sylenth for this one. So if we just go to our plugin devices and grab the Sylenth, and we just drop it into this track. And we're going to start off with a preset that is already pretty close to what we need, and it's in the second bank. So we just click into the number 2 and click on our presets. Go down to the ARP Impressum. Okay, so it's already pretty trancey, and I'm just going to bring the volume back. And then I was going to create a 4-bar loop for this, and then we're going to change a couple of the parameters in there. So if I just create a 4-bar loop across this section and insert a MIDI clip, and if you just double click, the notes that we're going to play is F. Going to play for 2 bars, so F3, C3, and E3. And then later on, we're going to introduce a sort of a chord progression. Well, another note playing above this anyway. So I'm just going to loop around this section. And if we go into the Sylenth, I'm just going to remove the compressor from this, and I'm going to take off the phasing effect. I'm going to bring the cutoff back. So you've already got that sort of trance low cutoff effect, and then as the tune progresses, we'll open that up. But for the start, we're going to have it there, and we're just going to change the key. Or well, we're going to change the two. We've got two saw waves playing the same note pitch. So we're just going to introduce a bit of a chord to it by changing the pitch value of the second oscillator. So if you go up to oscillator 2, I'm going to change this note value here up. I'm going to move it up 5 semitones. So you've already got that sort of chord effect going on now. And the next thing I'm going to do is go into the delay section. I'm just going to widen this out by moving the spread up. And I'm going to just smear it a wee bit. And it'll not make the delay just as defined. And then it's going to change the delay time. So I'll keep the left at about 1/4 and the right at 1/8. And if we just do a low cut on this, just to remove the low frequencies, it's more of a high cut than a low cut. It's a high pass filter we're putting on here, so any of the delays that happen, they're going to be cut off above 124 hertz here, or whatever value you set this to. So I'm just going to remove the low end from it. We don't want it getting in the way of anything else. And then if we go into the EQ, I'm just going to bring the treble boost down to the mid-range at around about 440 hertz. So that's as low as that goes. So we'll just stick it there for now. And that'll just move the treble range in more into the mids. And then the final thing that we're going to do to really change this, to get the sort of rhythm that we want, it's in this arpeggio section. And if we just go to the mode at the top, we're going to change this to chord. And we're going to bring the octave back to 1 here. And the velocity, we're going to change this to step, because we're going to put in our own velocity, and it's just going to track in this page down the bottom here. So we've got 2 pages, page 1 and 2, by clicking these 1 and 2 sections here. And this wrap section is where it'll come back to point 1. So we're going to start here, and if we've got it wrapped to 8, it's going to listen to everything up to this point, which is the 8th point, and it's going to jump back to 1 again and just cycle around. But we're going to put it up to 16. We'll put it to 8 for now, and then we'll change the second page afterwards. But this chord here, whenever you play 2 notes on the keyboard, it's going to play them both. But we just want 1 octave to play there, so let's keep it on 1 octave. And now we can change the velocity of these notes. So we're just going to change the rhythm of this arpeggio. So for the first note, I'm going to keep it on, and then we'll bring the velocity down in the second one to 0. So you can hear there, it's just missing out the first note, or the second note. And we'll just repeat that for the 4th one. And then we're going to take out the one before the last. And then if we turn this wrap section up to 16, we're going to change the second page. Click on the second page, and we can change the rhythm in here as well to something to suit. So I'm going to take out the second 2. And then I'm going to leave in the last 3 and going to take out the one just before it. Okay, so you can hear that's the way that we had it in the intro video. But you can feel free to experiment by changing the velocities. So I mean, you could take this one out, for instance, add this one. And you've got a different rhythm then. But we'll just keep it the way it was for this. Okay, so what we're going to do is put an auto filter after this as well, just to remove the low end, just to keep it all in the mid section, so that whenever we drop back into the tune later on with the low end in, it's going to really bring it out. So we'll put a high pass filter on. Let's play it back. And we'll just put it right at around 300 Hertz or so. And then we're going to drop in a compressor after this as well. Just going to bring the threshold back a bit, and it's going to move the attack up so that we let the initial hits through. We'll just increase the neo slightly just to bend that at the top so it's not a hard edge compression. And that just sort of increases the volume of it, keeps it all sort of more of a constant level. And then the next thing I'm going to do is just send a bit of this to our reverb, which is our second send here. So let's turn this up. And again, play it round. Sorry, that was our delay. Our reverb is the first one here. It just gives it a bit of space. Okay, so we're going to let this one play out until this change section here. So I can just drag this and loop it right round until we get to the change. I'm just going to duplicate this out. So Alt and click, and I'm going to create an 8-bar loop once we get to this section. So if I just highlight across our 8 bars, I'm going to split it, right click it, and go to consolidate, and that will make us 2 of those 4-bar loops stuck together. So if I just hit the loop, I can now actually loop that one out. And we're going to change the second half of this. So if you go to the second part of this, I'll just loop around the second part. We're going to move this C3 and E3 up an octave. And we're also going to introduce a note in below it on the G range. Okay, so we'll have G3 playing, and then C4 and E4. And then that just loops around. And it'll play right the way out until our drop at bar 155. And throughout this, we're just going to add a bit of automation to our Sylenth. If we just open up our Sylenth. Open up our Sylenth and click on the filter cutoff. I'm just going to automate this. Once you click on the cutoff, it'll bring it up in the automation track in Ableton. So we can just increase this. I'm going to have it increasing ever so slightly just the whole way throughout this mix, or this breakdown. So you can hear it's opening up toward the end here. And then we'll open it right the way out at the end here. And then we're also going to increase the auto filter on this track, and we're going to have it getting a bit thinner as the track goes on, and we're going to start it around about the second change here, as we're going to bring in another synth line to play alongside this and want to leave space for it. Okay, so that's our synth programmed up to the drop section. We're going to add in a couple more parts later on, but in the next tutorial we're going to bring in another synth part to play alongside this, and some pads and a low bass sound.